enjoying the game now. I want to play all the time, and you know, it's fun. I mean, golf now is fun for me. I look forward to playing. I look forward to practicing. I look forward to sending videos into the coaches, getting feedback, little tweaks, and just been a phenomenal experience. Love it. So my problem before I started the single plane swing was not one problem. It was many problems. I mean, it was just mainly inconsistency. You know, one day I would shoot, you know, a decent score. I may have broke 90 a couple of times, and that would have been a good day for me, but just super inconsistent. There would be days that I would hit some good shots, you know, maybe shoot a decent round, and then there'd be other days where I couldn't hit a ball. Like, I would shank everything. The shanks were the big thing for me. Pushing the ball right, shanking the ball, you know, hitting the ball fat constantly. That was annoying, like to the point where my hand would hurt. So, you know, I just wasn't a really good golfer at all. And, you know, I put time into it. You know, I took lessons many a times, spent a lot of time at the range. You know, I would swing in my yard, you know, put two tees down in the yard and try to swing through them. Like, I would work at it, and nothing was working. So what's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again, and, you know, expecting a change. So for me, I was like, hey, you know, I'm on the fence, but nothing else has been working, so I'm going to go on this side of the fence, Graves Golf Academy, and just make a decision. And when you make that decision, commit to it. You know, that's the biggest thing, is you have to commit to it. And if you commit to it, you're going to see results. I promise you, no doubt about it. If you follow what they teach you, you're going to see results. It's just a matter of time. So one thing I really love about the academies, it's not just about the swing, you know, the full swing. It's about the short game as well. There's a lot of information and content in there that's been really useful. You know, how to hit out of a bunker, how to chip, how to putt. All of these things are just super important for your game, and that's one of the main reasons why my handicap dropped so dramatically, is because I was able to go in there and learn how to, you know, learn how to chip and putt, learn how to read putts. You know, hazard or conditions where, you know, maybe you're in the rough, or again, bunker shots. Most people hate going in the bunkers. I enjoy it now because I know how to do it, and I get a good result when I'm in the bunker. Not that I try to go in the bunker, obviously, but when I'm in there, I'm not panicking. And so, again, information on the short game, just the, you know, everything's in there. But for me, the short game is something that there's just not a lot of information out there that is, you know, is very helpful. So I love it. I love going in there and working on my short game, being able to find whatever it is I need, and it's been super helpful. What surprised me the most inside of Graves Golf Academy is, you know, when I send a video into coaches, just the knowledge these guys have. I mean, they're able to see things that I'm like, oh man, I didn't even notice that. You know, in my swing mechanics or my grip. You know, early on there was a lot of things I was working on, but you know, now that I've got it down pretty good, still making little tweaks. You know, we're always working for perfection. And again, if pros are using coaches, you know, I'm going to use them. So the coaching is just second to none. I mean, it's so helpful, and they tell you, you know, make sure you send videos in. That was very surprising to me. Is like, you know, they're super adamant about making sure that you're getting helped. Like, they don't want you to be a part of it if you're not going to use it. And you know, that was kind of odd to me. You know, they're not just trying to take my money. They really truly care and want me to get better. And they're, you know, sending your videos. They're not sending in enough videos. You know, are you practicing? And you know, just holding me accountable. And I just absolutely love that. It's awesome. So it's been about a year, I think maybe a little longer than a year, since I've, you know, been working with the single plane swing. Prior to, I, you know, may have broke 90 a few times. My handicap, if I had to have a handicap, it'd probably be, you know, somewhere around 20 maybe. My handicap's lowered to 7.1 as we speak. And I live in Pittsburgh, so it's not like I get to golf all year round. But again, I mean, it's just being able to learn every aspect of the swing. They're able to qualify the golf swing. You know, Todd knows, like he proves it through biomechanics. There's just so much knowledge and information on why the traditional golf swing is super hard to learn and why it doesn't work for most people, and why the single plane golf swing is simplified and will work for you if you just, you know, put what you're learning to use. Tim, with his short game knowledge, I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, it really is. Like, I've never seen so much information on the short game, and to be able to take that information, put it to work, and use it in my own game, and see that it actually does work. These guys are just geniuses. I mean, they really are. So, super blessed to be a part of this academy and have Tim and Todd Graves, you know, at the forefront of it. It's just they're just awesome people and super knowledgeable.
+35 years of me teaching me, or going to sources that good people, good instructors, but I could never get a connection from one part of the game to the other. There's nothing more frustrating than going to practice or being in the middle of a round with your buddies and things have just gone south and you got nowhere to go. With this, doesn't mean I'm going to shoot a great score the last 6 holes, but now at least I can step up to the 13th hole and I'm like, I got to hit positions again. You know, I got to do what my coaches have talked to me about. The amount of confidence you have because of the knowledge you have makes all the difference in the world. It's a plan. I think most people in the Gold program would agree with that. When you first join, I mean, you're new. You know, you're trying to watch videos and everything, but the Graves coaches kind of grab you by the scruff of the neck. They say, okay, what do you want from this? How much time do you have on a daily basis? How many days do you have each week? And then I work a full-time job. So I said, I think I can give you 30 to 40 minutes, 3 days a week. hey, no problem. And within 2 days, I had a plan outlining me through the next 30 days, hit that milestone, shot me 30 more, and then hit 30 more. And at that point, you got enough knowledge that, not that you know everything and can teach yourself, but you've got enough knowledge to ask really good questions. And, you know, in my opinion, as a former coach, high school basketball coach, when my players knew enough to have a conversation back with me, we had achieved something special, rather than me just saying, do X, Y, and Z. You got it? And of course, heads nod. Well, they didn't get it. But now I know enough to ask guys like these guys back behind me. I know enough to ask good questions. That's huge. It's huge. I'm sending a video, you know, to the guys in Florida, the guys in Arizona, the guys here in Oklahoma City, and they are good people and they are nice people, but they are very honest people. And so, which is exactly what we need. And what I am showing on that video is not what I'm feeling. And guys like me need that. But what's really great too is I want to impress them. I want to send a video that's showing improvement. So I might, you know, I have enough knowledge now to evaluate my own video. So I might take one, evaluate it myself and say, I'm not sure I want them to see this one. So, but what that means is I go practice more. If you don't do it, it's like the guys say, you're just going to practice poorly and you're going to reinforce bad habits. So those videos are a must, and it makes all the difference in the world. When that email pops up, to me, I joked with a friend of mine in the Gold Facebook membership group. I said, man, that's like Christmas when a new video comes out. They do such a good job. Golf is a finite thing. There are not infinite things to learn, but they do a heck of a job of presenting this finite amount of information in an infinite amount of ways. I have a path now. I have a path. My path to become a good player was about this wide before I started. I mean, I could go anywhere. With all the video I've done, that path got to about right here. My goal coming into this week, having never been to school before, was to make that path like this. I have taken a ton of notes this week, but the most valuable notes I've taken are the ones with stars next to them. When one of these guys walked up to me and said, hey Shane, take that thumb a quarter inch to the right. That's invaluable. You know, you can't get that by reading a book. I would recommend anybody watching this, and let somebody look at you. This whole thing, the technical stuff, the teaching stuff, and the story. As far as Mo goes, the relationship he built with Todd and Tim, we're part of it now. I mean, we're doing what Mo did. I mean, I got goosebumps. I think that's pretty special.
Hey everybody, I want to welcome you to the this September's Plane Talk, and we haven't done a couple of these in a month or a few months, so I wanted to welcome you guys. And if you're new to Graves Golf, I want to welcome you to Graves Golf. I want to welcome you to this month's instructional material. My name is Tim Graves. I'm the co-founder of the Graves Golf Academy. We actually started this company 25 years ago to preach and teach the Mo Norman's single plane swing across the world. And we literally have done that. We've literally have got facilities all across the United States. We've got 1-day, 3-day, 5-day schools. We've got online schools, which is by far our biggest presence. We've got online instruction, which is by far our biggest presence. In fact, we've even had schools in China, Australia, Canada. We've had them all over the place, so it's kind of fun. But anyway, but basically what tonight's all about is a little kind of a Q&A session. And it's really, to be honest with you, tonight's topic is really highlighting our on-demand. And it's kind of interesting because I was talking to my staff, I was talking to my instructors, and I was saying, okay, we haven't done a plane talk in a few months. And I said, what do you really want to talk about? What should we really go over and talk about? And they said, hey, the biggest thing that's missed in Graves Golf is the understanding of what the single plane on-demand app or single plane on-demand is all about. So I had my staff, I had my marketing department, I had my group, my membership director. I've had them put together, number one, an incredible special for you guys, and we'll talk about that throughout tonight. But number two is really to highlight what we have as resources for you, because this is what this is all about. I mean, I know even those that come to 1 or 2 or 3 schools a year, and we get a lot of you guys that do that, you're only seeing us for 3, 4, 5, 6 days a year at the most, okay? And even you guys that send in videos, we get a lot of guys. We have literally thousands of members who send in videos every single month. I mean, you may send in 1 or 2 videos a month to our online coaches. I mean, I have 6 full-time online coaches and some other part-time online coaches that literally all they do is review video that you guys send in. You guys send in a 2, 3, 4, 5-minute video of your swing. We send back an assessment of it could be a swing, a putting, a chipping, whatever it is. And we're giving you online instruction. So you literally can be 5,000 miles away or 10,000 miles away from us, and we can give you help. Okay? So we've got thousands of those, and you can be doing that once a month. But we know that what you're looking for daily, or maybe every couple of days, or maybe once a week or a couple of times a week, references to our material. What can you look at? What can you refer to? What can you study? What can you constantly watch? And that's what we have. That's what the single plane on-demand app's all about. And we'll talk about that tonight, okay? And I got a lot of questions to go through tonight, and I'm going to refer to the single plane on-demand app as we go through those questions, okay? But I want just to highlight that. Now, before we get into the topics for tonight and the questions that I got in my back pocket, before we get into that, I want a couple announcements. Announcement number one is hopefully you guys have seen the schedule right now. The entire schedule for 2024, the remainder of 24, the entire school schedule's out, okay? So what you see right now is through the middle, I think through the first week of December, that's it. So that, guys, we got 3-day schools, we got 5-day schools, we've got a bio school, I think we got a short game school in there. In fact, I know we've got a few spots left in the short game school out in Phoenix. You don't want to miss your opportunity there, okay? And people always ask, why would I want to come to school in the fall or the winter? I mean, why would I want to do that? Well, here's question number one. It's probably the biggest mistake that golfers make that come to golf schools. I'm going to tell you what it is. Number one is they come in nervous. There's no reason to come in nervous because they think they come into the school, and the biggest mistake they make is they're nervous Nancy about coming to the school. There's nothing to be nervous about. All the golfers are like you. We're all here to have fun. We're all to get better, to make this game easier. That's the biggest mistake, number one. But the second biggest mistake, number two, that golfers make is they come to schools in the spring, which is great. But they're trying to get ready for their golf season. So they come to schools in March, April, May, which is fantastic. But here's the deal. When we give you guys stuff to work on, and we're going to give you a lot, we're going to give you a ton to work on when you come to see us, in person. It takes weeks and months to try to figure that stuff out. I mean, it takes time to create new habits. You can't create new habits overnight. In fact, one of the greatest ball strikers of all time, Ben Hogan, said it takes at least 3 weeks to create a new habit. We're working on something every single day to become a habit where it's something you have to think about. Well, think about something. If I give you something in putting, I give you something in chipping, I give you something in your low irons, I give you something in your driver to work on, I give you something on your grip to work on, I give you something in your setup to work on, and you're working on each one of those things individually, it's going to take some weeks to go through that. Well, the last thing you want to do is to come into April or May school, and all of a sudden you're running your golf season and you're working on these new habits or creating these new habits. So you come in the fall, you come in September, October, November, December, you come in there, and all of a sudden you get all the time in the world to work over the winter. And yes, I think we got this number one time. Over 75% of the stuff we give you, you can practice indoors. You can do drills inside. You can do it in your garage, in your basement, in your office, wherever it is. You can do stuff inside to work on these new habits. So if you really want to get time to work on those new movements, you need to come to school in the fall. I just cannot stress that enough, okay? So that's announcement number one. Announcement number two is the new Apex irons are out, okay? And I've got one right here. I've actually got a couple of them right here. The new Apex irons are out. Callaway released their forged line of the Apex irons. Now, here's what these irons are all about, because I'm getting tons and tons of questions. I'm literally getting 20 to 30 emails a day about these irons. Guys, the Apex iron is the iron Callaway puts out that is a forged type metal, which means it's a very soft metal that creates a ton of spin and a ton of feel. Is it the most forgiving iron they have? No, it is not. Is it the longest iron they have? No, it is not, okay? The most forgiving iron they have is the Big Bertha. There's no doubt about it. We sell a ton of those. If you want ultimate in forgiveness, it's the Big Bertha line, okay? If you want the ultimate in forgiveness and distance, it's the Smoke line. It's the Paradigm Smoke line. That's the one that's forever long, okay? And it's very, very, very forgiving. Now, and those are both cast type irons. Cast irons that got a cavity backs that got maximum forgiveness. What the Apex is about is they used to call it the player's iron, but what they've done, and that means it's got great feel, great spin, it's got great workability, it's that one that's got, I mean, you can feel that ball off that face, okay? But what they did this year, the biggest difference they did this year is they created two of them. They have now, it's the AI 200 and the AI 300, okay? And here they are right here. This is the AI 200, here's the AI 300. I know it's kind of hard to see on camera, but you guys, you can see them on video and you can see them in different things we have. But the AI 200 is a little bit smaller head that is basically set up for those that make a solid divot. The AI 200 make a solid divot that want that feel and that forgiveness, okay? That's the AI 200. The AI 300 is the new one. And then, I mean, the new line that came out. They created a very, very, very forgiving, it's got some offset, a very forgiving iron that's got a little bit wider sole that's made for a guy who takes minimal to no divot that wants that feel in an iron. So if you want that soft feel in an iron, you want great forgiveness, okay? You want that player's iron feel, that's what the AI 300 is all about. Guys, these are phenomenal irons. James and I, they sent us on a trip to New York City. We got to test them out. We got to test them with all the guys out there. They're phenomenal. They're unbelievable irons, okay? And then the third iron they came out with is the Fusion. It's the TI Fusion. And the TI Fusion is the very high-end, thinner sole, smallest iron they have. Some of you guys that are really good players out there may want this TI Fusion. Here's the thing I'm going to tell you about this. This TI Fusion is going to be very, very, very limited. I think they only made 2,500 sets of these, okay? So if you're looking to get that head, we need to get in quick, okay? But guys, whether you're looking for the Big Bertha, whether you're looking for the Apex, whether you're looking for the Smoke, whether you're looking for the TI Fusion, here's the deal, it doesn't matter. You need to make sure your clubs fit you perfect. They must fit you for length, line angle, shaft flex, grip size, from your driver all the way down to your putter. They have to. If they don't fit you perfect, we're gonna have some problems. Meaning, I'm gonna fit you for the swing you're working towards, okay? And when you do that, changes are made easier, much easier. It's much simpler to make changes in the golf swing, especially changes all the way towards a single plane swing. If your club does not fit the swing you're working towards, it's very difficult to make changes. I'm not going to say impossible. Some people will tell you that. It's very, very difficult to make changes, and it's almost impossible to get those changes to stick, okay? So if you're creating new habits, you want to have a better swing, you want to get it more on plane, you want to make a more solid divot, you want to hit it straighter, you want to hit it further, well, we all do, okay? You've got to have a club that fits the swing you're working towards. That's critical. And guys, look on my line, look at videos on there. We'll talk about that at a time, but that's answering a couple questions tonight. But guys, so if you're interested in anything with clubs, anything with fitting, you got any questions, you got a 20-year-old set and you got questions about them, whatever it is, okay, email me at timg@gravesgolf.com, timg@gravesgolf.com, and we'll get you taken care of, okay? But now, guys, all these clubs I'm talking about, we got introductory offers, or even the Big Bertha, we got sell-out specials on that, and we can get you going on that, okay? All right. So tonight, and basically what tonight's about is, it's really highlighting our on-demand. I mean, guys, on-demand is our app. Guys, literally, it's an app that was created through Graves Golf, and Graves Golf spent millions of dollars, and this is not an underestimate, millions of dollars creating this app. It is where all our instructional material is located. Listen, I just tell you right there. It's where all our instructional material is located. It's all our archive material. It's all the stuff. Guys, we also, you guys, I hope you know this, but we own the trademark and intellectual properties of Mo Norman. Years ago, after Mo passed away, we talked to Mo when he's alive, and Mo had this wish that Todd and our group took over his legacy. That's what he wanted. And you guys, we have documentation of that, we have video of that. You guys, you know that, okay? Hopefully you know that. But we actually went in and we went to Mo's estate, and we actually went and purchased the intellectual properties and the trademarks of Mo Norman, okay? meaning that every time we do something that says Moe Norman, or anytime we do something that has Moe Norman on it, or anytime we actually give some money to the estate. We do that, which actually, it's a long story made short. I didn't think I'd get in this topic, but actually supports junior golf in Canada and also helps us support his estate. There's a lot to it. But anyway, the reason I bring that up is that we have a lot of archive footage of Moe Norman, and rightfully so. And that is every bit of that is an on-demand app. So if you go to our on-demand app, if all you wanted to watch was archive footage of Moe hitting balls and talking and doing demos, it's on our on-demand app. In fact, we have the best of Moe. In fact, this leads us to our first question. In our first question tonight is, well, actually, our first question tonight is about putting. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna jump over to the putting green because I want to get that knocked out real quick. I'm gonna jump over to the putting green and we're gonna talk about what Moe described as, what did he mean by every putt's a 3-foot putt? So let's go to the putting green real quick and we'll talk about that. Hey everybody, I wanted to come to the first video over here on the green. I want to jump over the green here and I want to go over the first question we got, the first comment we got, and it was about putting. And so I wanted to get this wrapped up real quick on the putting, and then we'll get back into the range and do some, and obviously a lot of work on the range. But the first one is, what did Moe mean when he said that every putt was a 3-foot putt? I'm going to describe it for you guys right here. It's very interesting because when Moe, people always ask, was Moe a good putter? Was he not a good putter? Well, the answer always comes down to the fact that if you shoot 59 a few times, or shoot the scores he did, or win all the tournaments he did, you had to be a really good putter. The issue is Moe didn't care as much about putting as he did ball striking. And that's just a known fact. I mean, he'd rather sit in the range and pound balls. He's just one of those guys, or sit on the field and pound balls. Or just one of those guys than spend time on the putting green. But Moe was a great putter. I mean, again, if putting's almost half your game, if it's for the average golfer, it's 43% of your game. And for the pros, it could be even higher. Obviously, Moe had to be a really good putter. But Moe described his putting as every putt being a 3-foot putt. And I'm going to talk about what he meant here, okay? And I'm going to bring this up real quick for you guys here. So basically right here, I have a putt. And this is about a 15 to 18-foot putt here, okay? And so what Moe would do, and what a lot of really good players do, this is what he'd do. Moe would line up a putt. So he'd sit back here, he'd line it up, and he'd get a read on the putt, okay? And then what he would do is he'd pick a spot out that was about 2 to 3 feet in front of the golf ball. So right now, and I'm gonna mark this for you guys. So I'm gonna say right now this putt, and I know you can't see it on film, but it's got a right to left break, okay? It's got a pretty significant right to left break. So if I get behind it and I look at this putt, I can pick out a spot right here that is about 2 to 3 feet in front of the ball. Moe would say 3 feet, 3 feet in front of the ball. And I realize if I roll over top of that spot, I've got a good chance of making this. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm just gonna put a mark in the green. So I'm gonna put this mark in the green to kind of to show you that significance. So right now I'm gonna get back, I'm gonna say, okay, that right there would be my spot to hit right now if I wanna make this putt or give it the best chance. So if I hit that spot, I think I have a good chance to make this putt. That's what Moe said, every putt's a 3-foot putt. Because all he's trying to do is hit an intermediate spot. So now I'm gonna get up. I like to get behind it and practice stroke a little bit. And obviously, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, I want you to take the lines or alignment aid and line it up towards that mark. So right now, that alignment aid is set up perfect towards that mark, okay, and I've got my best chance. Now, this putt right now, by tour stats, by golf stats, it's got less than a 30% chance of making it. So obviously I'm just trying to get it close if I miss it and give it my best chance. But giving it my best chance is to put it over top of that mark or that intermediate spot. So I'm gonna sit up right now. I get next to it, a couple practice strokes for distance. Now I'm gonna set up. I look at my intermediate spot and I hit the putt, okay? And that was a good putt. In fact, it was maybe a little bit hard, that's why I missed it a little bit right, but I mean, it's a couple inches from the hole. So I'm gonna do it again. So now, and I'm gonna set this up, and I'm gonna do it again from the same spot, okay? I've got my intermediate mark, okay? Now, all I'm trying to do right now, and this is what Moe described as every putt is a 3-foot putt, is I'm just trying to hit my intermediate mark. That gives me the best chance. The other thing this does for me is when I get up over this putt, I can look at the hole, I can look back and forth, but this intermediate mark will stay in my view. So I can square up to that pretty easy, okay? I know a lot of great players. I know Tiger Woods does this. I know Arnold Palmer did a little bit of this. I know Jack Nicklaus did this. They'd find a mark, an intermediate mark, relatively close to the ball. They'd try to roll the putt over, okay? So again, I'm gonna do it again. And that's why Moe said every putt to him was a 3-foot putt. So I've got my intermediate mark. Now I'm gonna set up, okay? I'm gonna take a practice stroke for speed. I've got my ball lined up appropriately. Now I'm gonna sit up over it and hit the putt. Now that's interesting because I went just inside that intermediate mark, just by a hair, and I missed it by about a half an inch. I mean, barely missed it. It was great speed, barely missed it, okay? So that showed my intermediate mark was a great tool. Now I'm gonna do it one more time for you guys, okay? So I'm gonna set up, put the lines down. Now, this time what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull this mark, but I'm gonna visualize that spot. So I'm gonna set up, I'm gonna visualize that spot. There may be a little piece of, I see a little piece of brown grass right there. It's a little bit different shade than the green. So that's my intermediate mark. So I'm gonna give myself an alignment. I like it. I see that intermediate mark. There's a little bit of brown grass right there. I can see it. Now I'm gonna set up, judge for speed. Now I can square up to the intermediate mark. I'm looking at a little piece of grass. Now I set up. Now I hit the putt. That was a great putt. So guys, this is what he meant by every putt is a 3-foot putt. He'd pick an intermediate mark at 3 feet, try to roll over that spot, give him his best chance to make the putt. Guys, work on that, try it. I would suggest put a mark on the green, do that for a while, then pull that mark out and look for a spot on the green and do that. Work around the hole, try to find your intermediate marks. It can be 2 feet, 3 feet out. It can be around that. Pick that spot, go over that, give your best chance to make those putts. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed that little section about putting. Now, here's the deal. Go to your on-demand app. Go to the on-demand app. Type in the search bar, type in putting. You will see literally hundreds of videos. I'm not kidding you. You'll see videos coming up on instruction of putting. About that same topic I just went over. Every putt's a 3-foot putt. I talk about the grip. I talk about the setup. I talk about the ball position. They give you drills. It talks about break. It talks about speed. It talks about everything in putting, okay? That's what it's all about. Now, that leads me to tonight's special. And here's what it is. And this was set up by Ollie and Chris. Ollie's it's actually Single Plan Academy membership director. Okay, Single Plan Academy is the membership. That's where you get the on-demand app, is through the Single Plan Academy. Okay, that's where you get all level 2 and above members. So level 2, level 3, level 4, and level 5 members all get access to the on-demand app. And what I had him do for me is I had him do a blowout special. I said, give me something that is crazy, okay, for them, that if they're not in on-demand, they get it, okay, and they want to get it. So here's a special for the on-demand special. Here's what it is. If you sign up for 1 year of membership, it can be any level, okay? But in particular, level 2 is the level that you get the on-demand app, okay? Level 3 you get it, level 4, level 5, but you get a lot more in those levels. But level 2 is the bare minimum is you get the on-demand app. You get 3 free master classes. So that's what I just said there. Because I'm gonna say this slowly so you understand this. If you sign up for 1 year of membership, which is $3.99, it's normally, I think it normally ran $5.99 to $6.99, but right now it's $3.99. 1 year membership for level 2, you get 3 free master classes of your choice. And guys, there's 9 master classes in there. There's putting master class, there's driving master class, there's on-course instruction master class, there's short game master class. Okay, you guys can see them in there. These master classes originally sold them for $6.99 each. Okay, so $700 each. So we're giving you guys $2,100 of value, okay, if you sign up for level 2 or above right now. Okay, so if you've never been a member with us, never, I need you to get in right now and sign up for level 2 at least. Now, level 3 has coaching involved. Level 4 has actually schools, free schools involved. There's a lot more involved in the upper levels, okay? Now, if you're already a member, because there's already a lot of members out there, and you guys are gonna go, man, I'm a level 3 member, and I send in videos, or I get all the benefits of level 3, or I'm a level 4 member, and I come to that free school every year, or whatever you get, plus the coaching, okay? Anybody out there who's already a member and you're going, man, I want those 3 free master classes, all you got to do is contact us. We'll sign you up for another year. Okay, so let's say your membership ends in November. The next year will start November and go forward. We'll sign you up for another year. We'll bill you now, no big deal, for the special price you got in whenever you got in, and we'll give you those 3 free master classes. So we're not leaving any members out. So members, you just sign up for another year, and we'll give you the 3 free master classes. Now they're 3 free of your choice. And always gonna play, we're gonna give you a little video of Ollie here towards the middle to the end. He's gonna talk about those different master classes. But guys, I'll tell you right now, there's a putting master class that has 91 videos in it. Listen to me very carefully. 91 videos that talk about how to read break. That obviously goes over the fundamentals. Guys, these videos are step by step by step. Remember, master classes are what they say they are. They're classes set up to go step by step by step by step by step. It's not like throwing them all at once. It's like day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, okay? That's what these master classes are all about. They're unbelievable, okay? But guys, so our on-demand app is where everything is. If you don't have access to this, our Single Plan on-demand app, you're really not part of Grays Golf, I'll be honest with you guys. Because this is where everything. In fact, this instruction I'm giving you guys tonight, this instruction It will be put on the on-demand app. This webinar will be put on there for future reference. You guys can look at it forever. I think we've got over 150 webinars on there. But you can see them all through you can go watch them raw, or you can go to a search engine, type in whatever you want to watch, and they'll pull up individually as long as the topic was covered, okay? So let's talk about the next question. And the next question is Bryson versus Mo. I love it. What was the same and difference between Mo swings and Bryson swing? Well, I'll tell you right now. In our on-demand app, we literally have where Todd went in there and he took Bryson's swing and he takes Mo's swing and he compares them. It's got Mo on the right, Bryson left, and he compares the swing. And I'll give you real quickly the main differences. I mean, obviously you can go in there and see the video of it and you can watch some very specific instruction on it, okay? But here's the biggest difference. Number one, Bryson is single plane. There's no doubt about it. Remember, the definition of single plane is basically, in the simplistic terms, is we start where we finish, okay? So I start in a position, now I finish in that same position. Now, obviously, you're creating speed, there's more flex in the knees, your trail shoulder drops, but the plane of the club basically stays the same, okay? That's the definition of single plane. You start where you finish. Now, the number one difference between Bryson is the distance of the golf ball. Remember, we suggest 26 inches from a 6-iron. As long as you got a properly fit club for length and lie angle, it's really very easy to get in that position. So 26 inches from a 6-iron. Bryson is closer, okay? So Bryson is closer. And the biggest difference that does for Bryson is it creates a steeper swing. Yes, it is still single plane. Yes, it is still on plane, and we love that, but it's steeper. So when we get here and we're 26 inches from a 6-iron, our swing gets in this position. I'm not going to say it's flat, but it's flatter than Bryson's, okay? So if this is my 6-iron, I'm in this position at the top of the swing. Bryson gets closer to the golf ball. He's steeper in the swing, okay? Now, so Bryson has a steeper angle of attack at the golf ball. Now, here's what that creates. And so I'll get this real quick. Now, there's some other issues, but this is the biggest. This is what this creates. Number one is it creates a steeper angle. That steeper angle will tend to create more spin. That's why when we get over a wedge, which we're closer to a wedge than a 6-iron, because the club's a little shorter, our even steeper angle creates a little more spin. But for Bryson, that steep angle has a very dramatic, sharp, steep angle for that 6-iron, or for that wedge, okay? And when he gets over that wedge, he has a very sharp angle, which creates a lot of excess spin, and a lot of times he creates too much spin, and or he puts too much stress on his wrists, his elbows, his body. That's why Bryson tends to have shoulder issues. I don't know if you guys have seen the history behind this, but Bryson has trail shoulder issues, and that's because of the steepness of his swing, okay? So the main issue, so Bryson is single plane. We like Bryson's swing. We like everything about it. The biggest difference in Bryson's swing is that he tends to get closer to the golf ball, and that steepness of that steep angle of attack creates more spin, which at times can be good and at times can be advantageous, at times it can be disadvantageous. Kind of depends on where you are, what you're doing. But that's number one. The second thing with Bryson is his one-length clubs. And now I know that's not his swing, but I'm sure you guys are thinking that right now. But I'm gonna debunk that real quick. Here's the deal. Bryson has multiple length clubs in his bag. He has a driver length. He has a fairway wood length. When he carries hybrids, he has hybrid wood length. Then he has all his irons of wood length and his wedges and his putter. Okay? Now, yes, his irons and his wedges are one length, but here's the issue, and we don't agree upon this, and I'll tell you why. When Bryson makes his clubs, they're different than anything in the industry. Every club he has, every iron has a different flex shaft in it. Listen to what I said here. So as his longer irons, which are shorter, okay, are very heavy with more flexible shaft, that's what gets him off the ground. Okay, he could not get the height with the length of his iron being so short, and he had a more flexible shaft. That's number one. Number two is every head weight on his club is different. It's done so he can match up that arc of his swing and the length of the club to give an effective ball flight, okay? The third thing on this is, and you can see this, what is Bryson's detriment? His number one detriment is this. He's got a terrible, or not terrible, Bryson's a great player, but he's got a bad wedge game. In fact, if you look at it, he's one of the lowest guys ranked on tour, even the LIV Tour, on wedges, okay? He does not have a good wedge game. In fact, they said when Bryson was playing on tour, if he had even a top 50 wedge game, he'd win like 3/4 or 2/3 of his events because he's so long and so accurate, okay? But here's the deal. Because his wedge is so long, he loses a ton of control. And when he loses that control and he has all those wedges in the green, he's not accurate enough to create that great scoring. Okay, here's the last thing on this. We have yet to find a set of clubs that are one length clubs that you can get the long irons or the middle long irons off the ground appropriately to the right height, or the short irons with enough control. The biggest thing is it's hard to get the mid to long irons off the ground with the right height, which holds greens, and it's very hard to control long wedges, longer wedges. It's just very difficult, okay? So that's the biggest difference. But guys, again, go on your on-demand app, go look at Bryson versus Mo. We got Steve Stricker versus Mo. We got all kinds of guys versus Mo. It's great. We just comparison. It's comparison swings. I think we got like 20 or 30 of them in there or more. We've got some great ones in there. We got Tiger versus Mo. Go in there on the on-demand app and you can see these guys swings versus Mo. It's phenomenal, okay? Show your friends, show your buddies it. It's really cool. All right, let's go to the next question. This one is about grip, and it's grip pressure. Please explain in detail the lead hand and trail hand grip pressure, and how can I tell if it's too light or too tight or too light, okay? Well, here's number one, and I'm gonna throw this out. Majority of golfers that we teach, their grip pressure is too tight. So when we first start with them, they grip the club too tight. I think you guys would be very surprised at how light good players or even Mo actually held the grip, okay? Guys, and why do you want to hold the grip light? You want to hold it light because when you swing the club, we're trying to release the club. So we're folding the trail arm in the backswing, we're getting the impact, we're folding the lead arm through the through swing. The other thing we're doing in the golf swing is we're creating the hinge, cock and hinge in the trail and the lead wrist, okay, at different times in the swing. And the reason I bring that up is the only way you can do that is to have a very light, loose grip. Because if you tighten it up, you lose the flexibility, you lose the ease, you lose the forearms, the elbows, the shoulders get too tight. So here's what I'm gonna suggest first of all. Number one is, I'm gonna suggest without a golf ball, you just set up and hold the grip as light as possible without it flying onto your hands. So, and just take a swing with it. I'm talking as light as possible. Now, if you got a good grip on the club, you got a nice fresh grip, it should hold in your hand just fine. That's why you want to get nice new grips in the club. Is why? It's because they hold the hand without it slipping, okay? So I want you to lighten and loosen just light enough or where it's not flying out of the hands. Now, let's say on a scale of 0 to 10, that's a 2. Now, just increase it to a 3. Just a little bit tighter, and that's basically how tight you should hold the grip. It's nice and light, it's very loose. Now, let's talk about grip pressure. Grip pressure actually is the extremes of the grip, okay? So if you look at your lead hand, the grip pressure is between the small finger, the pinky, and the finger next to it. So in other words, it's between those two fingers and it's balanced on the thumb, okay? So it's on the extreme. There's very little pressure on these two fingers, on the forefinger or the middle finger of the hand. The pressure is on the extreme of the grip. That's of the lead hand. On the trail hand, the pressure is on the thumb and the forefinger, okay? So the pressure is on the extremes of the grip. Okay, and that's why when you look at the grip, and guys, the grips we recommend you put in your clubs, if you look up here, this part of the grip right here, this top part, that is where the thumb, or excuse me, where the pinky and the finger next to the pinky, okay, that's what you'll see on that grip, and that's where the pressure is. Now, the thumb on the club, there's a thumb mark, there's pressure in that thumb, there's just gonna be pressure because that's what balances the club. Then if you look in the bottom mark, if you look in the bottom, there's 2 marks. That's the pressure points of the grip. So basically this grip shows you the pressure points. The top of the grip is the pressure point on this thumb, in between the thumb and the forefinger. That's the pressure points. And this is what I like to do. And this is a good drill I like to do. I like to set up, okay? Now first of all, I'll hit a couple shots. I'll just sit up and hit a couple nice, easy, soft shots, okay? Trying to feel a little bit of the pressure, okay? I just hit a nice, easy couple of shots trying to feel a little of the pressure. Then what I like to do is I like to, not hit a golf ball, okay? I'll put a ball down and right next to it, I will take every finger off the club except the thumb and the forefinger on the trail hand and the 2 fingers and the thumb on the lead hand. And now I'll just swing nice and easy. That's not hitting a golf ball, nice and easy. And I will feel what that pressure feels like. And I'll leave those fingers off the club. And right now I'm just feeling what the pressure of those fingers feel like. So now I go to the top of the swing, I can feel the first finger, the small finger and the finger next to it, I can feel that pressure on the top. As I come down, I can feel that thumb and the forefinger release through the shot, okay? So I'll do this a couple times, nice and easy. Now I sit up over the shot, I put my hands back on there and try to feel the same pressure points. Try to feel the same pressure points. I'll do it again. So I'll bring the ball over and I'll do it again. And guys, I'll do this again and again. This is a great drill. So I'll set up, short of the golf ball. And guys, this is what I'm talking about. You can do the drills inside. You could take a mat inside with wiffle balls. You could just swing inside without even a ball. You could take a foam ball inside. You guys, you could just break a tee in the ground. You could throw, guys, you can do this inside. This is an easy drill to do inside. I'll do the same thing here. I'll set up, put a good grip on the club. Now I'll take every finger off except the 2 on the trail hand, and with the thumb on the top, and then the thumb and the forefinger of the trail hand. Okay, and now I'll just take a nice easy swings. Guys, I'm just keeping my feet down, make a nice easy swing. Now I set up, put my grip back on there and try to feel those same pressure points. And hit the shot. It's a great drill for the grip, okay guys? So, the extremes of the grip, the top end and the low ends where the pressure points are, they need to be very relaxed in the club. This is a great drill for that. But guys, go to our on-demand app. I cannot stress this enough. Our single plane. You guys are always asking me, should I read my Golf Digest? Should I watch the Golf Channel? Should I read this golf magazine? Should I get this subscription online? You're always asking me these things and you think it's going to hurt you. Because I read Golf Digest, I read it for the stories. I watch Golf Channel, I love watching some tournaments, okay? But if you're looking for your reference, single plane instructional reference, I cannot stress enough, everything we've created at Grays Golf, all the fun stuff, all the hardcore instruction, all the Mo videos, all this type of instruction, it's on our on-demand app. Guys, go to the on-demand app. Go on there. Go there right now. Type in grip in the search engine. Go to the top, hits grip. It's going to go, whoosh, it's going to fill up. There's more written about the grip than most people have written about all instruction that they write about. Just about the grip. There's videos for me on the grip on putting, grip on chipping. There's grip out of the bunker. There's grip on full swings. There's grip on the driver. Yes, guys, there's Todd talking grip, me talking grip, some of my instructors talking grip. There's tons of information on there, okay? Go in there and look at it. Look at the drills. Look at the references on there. I cannot stress it enough. Remember, right now, we have that special running right now. Level 2. If you've never been with Grays Golf, never been a member, get in level 2 right now. Not only do you get the on-demand, you get discount on golf balls. You get all kinds of other, you get discount on equipment. You get the trade and trade of specials. You get all kinds of other stuff. You get 20% off everything we do at Grays Golf. That's in level 2 all by itself, okay? There's all kinds of stuff. There's a list this long of stuff with level 2, but in particular on demand. And you can pick right now 3 free master classes with anything that you choose. You guys get level 2 right now, $3.99 a year. It's half price. You get in right now. It is for, guess what? 3 free master classes with that level right now, okay? Get in and look at the grip. Let's go to the next question. All right, let's talk to the next question. The next question is this. How do we make sure I'm aiming where I think I'm aiming? Are there any drills to help me lining up the body up on your target line? Yeah. Well, first of all, it's a great question. In fact, it may be probably the question when you practice. Here's number 1. And I hope you all know this by now, and the guys have watched me in the past do this, but every good player, and this is what made them good, when they go practice, they will throw an alignment aid down. Now, obviously, we're going to talk about the alignment ball position trainer, because obviously not only does it give you a great alignment, it gives you your ball position, it gives you stance width and everything else. And I'm not going to go over that tonight. I mean, but if you guys don't know what the ABT is, get online, go research the ABT, go into our training aids and research alignment ball position trainer. This is a must, okay? This is an absolute must. Now, here's what we're going to do though. When you go practice, we're going to put this alignment and ball position trainer down, okay? But I'm going to do a couple things here. I'm going to add a couple things on. Here's number 1 is, I'm going to line this up at the target I'm going towards, okay? So I've got this set up. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my feet parallel to the alignment and ball position trainer, okay? But this is what I like to do. Now I'm going to set up, and maybe I've got a 6 iron in my hand, maybe a set, whatever I got, whatever I'm practicing with, that's fine, okay? Now here's what I'm going to do. As I start practicing, every so often, I'm going to sit there, I'm going to set up like I'm going to hit a shot. Now, I'm going to take, and I'm going to just stay in the static position, I'm going to start laying this across my body. So I'm going to check my knees, okay? I'm going to check and see if they're square to the target. I'm going to check my hips, see if they're square to the target. And I'm even going to check my shoulders. So I'm going to set up, I'm going to look at my shoulders. I'm even going to take this up and set it across my shoulders. Because here's the reason. It's very easy for us as golfers, especially as we get older, to get our feet set up appropriately, but then our hips, our shoulders, maybe our knees are wide open, okay? So I set up right now, and all of a sudden I get like this. Oh, that's open. I got to bring him back. Got to check my hips. Now, here's something else. I'm going to give you guys a little quick one here. And I like to do this. And I've got the single plane position trainer here, and I'm going to give you a little tip here, okay? Okay, and I take this, and I take the butt end of it, and you guys know if you come to my schools, I do this with you guys a lot of this, and I like to stick this through my belt loops, okay? So I'm just gonna stick it out, as long as your belt loops are even, okay? And I stick it through. Now that's even. So if I look down right now, that's even across my hips. So I'm not at the angles, that's even. And I like to stick it out towards where the butt end is stuck just at the belt loop. Now, I can set up right now, I can set up in this position and I can look where my hips are pointed. Okay, so I can see right now those hips are pointed at the target or pointed down that line. Because many times you'll look down and the hips will be to left field. Well, now you turn back, you're not going to get in the appropriate position. So I love to check the alignment of the hips. So I'll put this underneath my belt loop, I'll get it set up, and it lets me check. And as long as I push it in where the butt end is basically at the edge of my belt loop, I can take and I can hit shots with it. So I'll hit a shot for you. So I'll set up in a good position and hit the shot. Okay? And the other thing it does is it will let you go to the top and see, are you turning your hips? Are you turning appropriately? Get back to impact. Yes, now at impact, our hips are 15 to 20 degrees open, our shoulders are basically square, then you hit through. So not only can you see it when you're swinging, and it's kind of hard to see in the swing, you can definitely see it on video, but it lets you check your setup. So right now I can look at my sets, because guys, here's the issue. Let's just be real honest. And we know this, we're not lying, it's everybody, it's me too. As we get older, we lose flexibility in our hips, we lose flexibility in our shoulders, we lose flexibility in the body. But the hips are critical, as the shoulders are, but the hips are critical for the backswing. So when we set up, it is very, very, very common for a golfer to set up, especially with our demographic, in his hips, his feet are pretty good, his hips and his shoulders are open to set up. So now he's taking it back, he's in a bad position. So that's a good check. So now, here's what it comes down to. You do this enough that when you go to the golf course, you feel what the alignment feels like. And I'll give you the last little trick here. When I'm hitting golf balls and I've got the alignment set up and I'm looking at my target and I got it set up in my target, okay, boom. Now, I will look at that target I'm hitting towards, but I'm looking across this shoulder. So right now I'm referencing this shoulder to that target because I can see it on my peripheral vision. So when I go play golf, I will know that's not a right look. That shoulder's too far left, or for a righty, maybe too far right. So I'm constantly referring to my lead shoulder there and referring to that as my alignment. So not only am I looking at my feet, I've checked my hips, in practice, I'm also looking at that lead shoulder. And I use that for alignment positions when I'm hitting the shot. But guys, what it comes down to, those that have difficulty with alignment when they're not either practicing or when they're playing aren't putting an A down every single time they practice. I cannot stress enough. If you want to be different, and guys, we stress being different. I cannot stress enough how we want to stress being different. Good players use an alignment aid every time they practice. Notice I didn't stutter on that. Good players use an alignment aid every time they practice. You need to do that. Then you can take that to the golf course and make it much easier in the golf course to keep good alignment. Guys, go to our on-demand app. I cannot stress it enough. Go there, type in ABT, type in alignment, type in, there's 10 different things you can type in the search engine, or just go look at. Guys, we have a whole training section on there. We have an entire training section on there about just the training aids, how to use them, where to use them, when to use them, why to use them. Okay, all the issues behind the trainings, why they were created, how they were created. That's all on there, okay? Some that you guys have never even seen before, they're on there, okay? Go on there and look at it. It's amazing. And guys, again, tonight and tonight only, $399 level 2, you get 3 free master classes. That's a $2,100 value. This is I told Chris and Ollie to go crazy, okay? And so what we're gonna do right now is I'm gonna walk away and I'm gonna play a real quick video that's all we made for you guys. Now this is a remote video. He's my membership director. He's the guy that takes care of you all. The thousands of guys within the membership. He's the one that makes sure you're getting what you need, when you need, how you need it, okay? So I'm gonna play a real quick video about Ollie talking about on demand. So look at it real quick and then we'll come back to me real fast.
Hey everybody, Ollie Stanway here. Thank you, Tim. I hope everybody is enjoying the show tonight. So I just wanted to give you a good look at On Demand, how we log in, how we use it, how we can be effective, and then also kind of show you some really cool videos to get started. So you will receive an onboarding email when you sign up for level 2 tonight. And in that email, there will be a link that you press to access your on-demand. It will bring you to this page right here. So if you go into the top right of the screen, you can see this says sign in. I want you to click sign in and it should bring this page up, okay? When we bring this page up, you're going to enter your email. And you can see that I've already got mine, gravesgolf.com. Now make sure that you use the email that you purchased the membership with, because that is what is associated with your account. I then want you to press next. it's going to ask you to put your password in. Right now, you don't have a password. So you need to come down to reset your password. When you press that, it will send you an email to reset your password. Now, you can choose whatever password you want, and you can use this login over iPhone, computer, iPad, Android. It is multifunctional, so whatever you decide will be your password for Graves Golf On Demand on whatever device you're watching. So let me put my password in quick, and it should open up. So it's opened up, and this is our main dashboard. This is the hub. This is where we can access everything. So at the top, we normally have most of our webinars or the most recent webinar. You can see there we've got the August 27 10% show, which was a great one. If we come down here, you can see I've got a swim lane of all of the things that I've been watching. You can see here I've been watching Tim do the toe up, toe over drill, and it gives me a little explanation of that. I've been working on my trail hang grip with Todd. I always watch this video because it's brilliant. It gives you a little bit more insight on Tim and Todd and the story of Graves, and I like watching my Mo stuff. This actually scrolls over, so you've got some really good history of what you've been watching, so you can come back to it. If you are a new member with us and you sign up tonight, this is where I want you to start, okay? This 14-day fast track is a 14-day follow-along course that really gets you through the growing pains of starting a new swing. This will put you ahead of people that don't do it. It's going to really give you some insight on the basics and the simple things that are really effective. Also here, the short game and putting with Tim. We always say that your short game is your insurance. So we need to make sure that our short game is very, very good. It's another follow-along course with 21 videos on how to chip, how to pitch, and how to putt. Very effective. If you're interested in getting new clubs and you want to know how we fit the clubs, there's an 8-video series with Tim on how he does it, why we do it, and how it becomes so effective with the single plane swing. If your clubs aren't fit for you, it's just like a car. If the parts aren't right, the car won't be great. So we need to make sure that we have the right equipment in your hand. If you slowly start to scroll down, you will see there is so many videos that you can access. We've got coaching events and workshops on chipping, mid-range, putting. Every week in the single plane tips and drills, we release a little short tip for you that we think would be handy. You can see that we've got some resets. So if you feel like you're struggling, you can just jump back into a reset and kind of reset the mentality and come through and make it a strength. We've got all of our DVDs in here that we sell individually. We've got our testimonials, so you can put faces to names on our members. You've got our YouTube videos. And then some of my favorite are in here, which is the Mo Norman archive. So you can learn all about Mo and the story of how Tim and Todd met Mo. What I want to move on to is at the top of the screen, there's a very important button, and it's the search button. So if you come in here and press search, you now have the power to search for anything you need. So let's say that I am shanking the ball. If I put in shank, you can see 3 shank factors. So this is a video of Tim telling you why you shank the ball in your short game, and also then gives you the fix. So if you just follow along with Tim in a 10-minute video, you'll fix your shank. You can see here, cause and effect of shank. It's a Q&A. So all of the common questions that you're going to deal with have already been answered for you, okay? It's a very good tool here. Let's try another one. Let's try driver. Let's put driver topping. Here you go, look. So single plane quick fix topping the golf ball. So there is a video, a 2-minute video that shows you exactly why you're topping the ball. You need to be able to use this because you can get so far ahead of the game and drop so many shots off your golf game without getting worried about playing bad golf, because we've always got this in our back pocket. So I want you to be very good with this search bar and use it. If you're struggling, pull out On Demand and use the search bar, okay? if you, tonight only, you will be able to purchase 3 masterclasses, which we have never done before. So if you come in here and put masterclass and go over to products, you will see I've got all of the masterclasses. I'm very lucky here. That's one of the perks of working here. But out of these 9, you will be able to pick 3. Now, these are very good. These are hours and hours long, and they're follow along. So you can see this putting masterclass with Tim. It has 81 videos. So if you spend a month or 2 weeks really diving into one of these masterclasses, you will then come out of that masterclass being a professional at it, no doubt. So tonight only, we're going to give you those 3 masterclasses for free with the purchase of level 2. It's definitely an amazing deal. We've never sold them like this before, so make sure that you take advantage of it. I am done with you. I'm going to hand it back to Tim, but I hope that helps. If you ever need any help with On Demand, drop me an email at olliestanways@gravesgolf.com, and we will have a chat and we will get this taken care of. We need to be able to use Graves Golf On Demand. It is the encyclopedia of everything Graves Golf. Back to you, Tim.
All right, well, I hope you enjoyed that video from Ollie. And as you saw in there, Ollie's really talking about how to get Access On Demand app. Guys, you can get it on your Android, on your phone. I know, guys, I get in the plane. I mean, I know that my son and my staff, my son works for me in the videography. He kind of runs that department. I've got Mason, I got Clayton who run the videos for us. A lot of you guys may have met them. They do all the footage of the schools, and they're filming this right now. But they're the ones that really keep up to date with On Demand. I literally have 3 guys hired full-time just to put information on demand, okay? And I'm constantly on the plane when I'm flying to Phoenix, Orlando, Monterey, wherever I'm flying to, and I'm pulling out my app, my iPad, and I'm watching On Demand. I'm seeing what new videos are put up there. I'm watching this new stuff Todd created. I'm watching the new stuff that Chris has created on flexibility and fitness. I'm looking at all that stuff on there. I mean, it's amazing. Guys, every week we're putting hours on every week. Listen to me. We're putting hours and hours of new video in there every single week, okay? So even the members are getting new stuff every day coming out. We got quick tips that come out every other day. We literally, this webinar will be on there in a couple days. That's literally how we do this, okay? So guys, that you saw with Ollie. And if you have any issues accessing it, you have any issues with anything with On Demand or getting in there, Ollie S, O-L-I-S at gravesgolf.com. That's his primary job. He is our membership director. He is our membership liaison. There's thousands of you members out there. He takes care of you guys. If you got any issues whatsoever, he'll take care of you. If you want to know, if you want recommendations of 3 master classes to get, talk to Ollie. He's seen them all, okay? Okay, they're phenomenal. This is unbelievable stuff. I promise you, it's knock your socks off stuff, okay? But Ollie take care of you on that, okay? Now let's go over to the last one tonight, and it's kind of an interesting one. This last one, it's mental game. I can play great for 9 or 10 holes, then I hit a bad shot and have a hard time getting my mind into the game. Any suggestions? Yeah. Guys, here's what it comes down to. When you work on your mental game in golf, it's about when you're on the golf course, it's about keeping positive, obviously. It's about keeping it in a good state. It's about having a good mindset in the golf course. Now, here's what happens. People are playing, that was a reference. I play 9 or 10 holes and I kind of lose it out there. Well, if there's a certain time in a round you're losing it every single time, it's probably not mental, it's probably physical. Meaning it's probably breaking down physical in there. So if you're, like, let's say every time on the 12th, 13th hole or the 9th or 10th hole, you start losing it, it's always about the same time. Look at hydrating yourself better, eating better, maybe even getting more sleep. I mean, guys, seriously, it's probably more physical than mental. Now, if you go on the golf course, and all of a sudden you hit a bad shot and you can't get your game back together, like it just blows your mind and you can't find your game again, that's mental. And it could happen the 2nd hole, the 5th hole, the 10th hole. It could happen on the 17th hole, whatever it is, okay? That's mental. And there's a lot of things, I'm not gonna go over them all right now, we've got literally hundreds of them, but there's a lot of drills you can do to help you with mental. And I'm gonna give you one right now, okay? And I'm gonna tell you right now, we're working on our swing. We're working on our game. We're trying to create a swing that's the most efficient, effective swing there is, okay? You're hoping to bring that swing in the golf course. The problem is, as most people, when they all get in the golf course and they mentally break down, they get in what Mo called get in your own way. They get in their own way. So you've got to get out of your own way in the golf course. Here's the issue, and I'm gonna give you a quick drill. And because some of you guys have seen this before, but it's the most popular one we have. Next time you go on the golf course, when you get over top of a shot and you're like, I've lost the game, I just don't know where I'm at. Get over top of the shot in the golf course, set up like you're gonna hit it, give it your best chance, and then hum during the golf swing. Just hum. Just get up over it and hum. Go hum and hum during the swing. Just hum. And here's why we're going to do that. We're going to hum because when you hum, it blocks everything else out. You can't think. When you hum and hum out loud, you can't think. Try to hum and think of something else. You can't do it. So we're just getting everything out of the mind and we're trusting the body's going to do what it needs to do. That's number one. You're going to hum. Mo recited poetry in the golf course. I know pros sing songs. I know some pros chew gum and they'll count the chews. They're like, and they'll say 1, 2, 3. They'll chew gum. They're blocking out getting in their own way. That's number one. Okay. Here's the second one. When you get in the golf course, we typically get very fast when we get nervous. So just slow it down. So get out there, and here's what I want you to do. If you want to say Mississippi's in your mind, that's fine. Get on the golf course, get up over it, and say 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, and try to hit a shot. Think of something, count something in your backswing. Not only will it block out what's in your mind, it'll also slow you down. So just say I want to try to get 2 Mississippis before I hit the ball. So set up, go 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, hit the shot. Okay? Slow down the swing. So the two biggest things I'm going to tell you guys when you get in a golf course, and this is mental work, and things you start losing the golf course, like, man, I can't get out of my own way. That's what Mo would always say, get out of your own way. Number one, slow it down. Slow it down dramatically. Think of something that'll slow you down in the backswing. That's number one. Number two, do the humming drill. Think of something else. Sing a song, recite poetry, do something in your mind over the shot that will get you out of your own way and hit the shot. Guys, you will naturally try to give it your best effort. There's no magic cure. When you get up over it, you're not going to sit there and say, there's no magic cure to hitting a perfect shot. Trust the body has that shot in it. Trust if you get out of its own way, you'll relax yourself and give your best chance over the shot, okay? That's why a lot of guys like to sing songs in their head, because it relaxes them, okay? So use something, as we call it the replacement technique, use something to get out of your own way on the golf course and work on that to get out of your own way and give it your best shot. Guys, our on-demand app literally has a section on mental game. Literally entire section. I think the on-demand app was worth just a section. It literally has drills upon drills you can work on the mental game, okay? Things to do on the course, things to do in practice, things to do in the short game, things to do in the long game, things to do literally just to help you outside of golf. It's all about the mental game. Paul Monahan, our mental game coach, has got videos on there. I've done videos with Paul on there. They're phenomenal. We've got tons of that on there. We've got tons of flexibility and fitness on there. So if you're looking to just get longer over the winter, you're looking to get more flexible over the winter, there's tons of videos on that. Guys, it's all on the on-demand app. Here's my dare for you right now, and I'm going to end it with this tonight. And then we're going to have our giveaways tonight. Here's my dare for you guys, okay? Here's my dare. My dare is for you guys to go on the on-demand app and find something that's golf instruction relatable or golf instruction that's not on the on-demand app. I dare you to go find something there. I want you to. Go find something. Everything is single plane, everything. We got mental game, we got fitness, we got short game, we got long game. We've got on-course instruction. We got everything on there. I dare you to go find something. I want you to, okay? Use our search engine. Guys, this is your reference. I call this is the Bible of Graves Golf for the single plane. That's what this is. This is the Encyclopedia of Graves Golf. This is the Google search of Graves Golf. It's all in there, okay, guys? And it's updated every single day. All right, guys, so before we're going to get into the giveaways tonight, we have a driver to give away. We have a wedge to give away tonight, so I want to get into that, and we actually have a school to give away tonight. But we're going to get into that real quick. But guys, I want to thank you for joining us tonight. If you need to watch this again, you can always, we're going to play a replay of this. But guys, you see that special. It again, level 2 Graves Golf, level 2 membership, $3.99. It's half price, $3.99. Get in for $3.99 for a year membership. You get 3 free master classes of your choice. 3 free master classes. You guys, you can see the link below on this, or you can always contact ollies@gravesgolf.com and he'll help you with that, okay? The other thing is members. If you guys want the 3 free master classes, if you want those, just re-up for another year. It won't cancel you now. It'll start from when your time comes up, okay? Re-up for another year. We'll get you those 3 free master classes. Talk to Ollie about it. So guys, get in there real quick and we'll give our giveaways here in a second. All right, well, I want to go over it real quick. I want to thank you guys, first of all, for being part of tonight, for being, hope you enjoy this instruction. And again, I can't stress enough, get in the on-demand. And I'll tell you something that's going to be really cool is this winter, we'll do our winter training this winter, and Chris Henning, who's our fitness trainer, he's going to be putting tons of winter training in there too, which is fitness and flexibility training. Things you can do in your house to help maintain flexibility, to gain flexibility, to help gain strength, to hit it longer, more accurate over the winter. That's going to be huge. And we're going to start that here in the next couple months. And we're going to be doing that all winter long. That'll be put in the on-demand, okay? But we have the winners. Let's pull this out real quick. I'm gonna pull up my handy dandy phone here, and we got the winners for tonight. First of all, for the smoke driver, a smoke driver or equivalent is Rick Bragdon. So Rick Bragdon, congratulations. You won a Callaway smoke driver or the equivalent. A wedge, a new Opus wedge. You guys know the new Opus wedges are out there. They're selling like hotcakes. Leo Lewis, you won the wedge. And then for the free 3-day school, Gary Evans. Gary Evans, congratulations. So Rick, Leo, and Gary, congratulations. It's perfect. So guys, hope you enjoy those. Get a hold of us. We'll get you those prizes. But again, guys, thanks for being with us. Thanks for supporting Graves Golf. I hope to see you guys in the spring in the school real quick. Last thing I'll leave it, if you've got any questions, any comments, you guys need anything, you just get lost in trying to find our stuff, email me at timg@gravesgolf.com, timg@gravesgolf.com. I'll either take care of you myself or I'll send you the right direction. I have unbelievable staff. I got great staff behind the cameras, got great staff in the office, I got great staff running our memberships, and obviously phenomenal staff at our schools. And I'm so proud of those guys and gals, it's amazing. So email me at timg@gravesgolf.com. I'll take care of whatever you need, and guys, we'll talk to you real soon.